Hello, and welcome to Heather Collector. I'm going to be sharing with you today my Disney animated film collection, starting with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I may not have all these in order, so just to let you know that. This is one of my all-time favorite Disney animated films. I love the singing style, I love the story. I played when I was a kid, I was in a play of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I was one of the dwarves. I can't remember. I think I may have been Bashful or something like that. But yeah, this is an excellent film. Next, another animated Disney classic, the Blu-ray 2-disc edition of Pinocchio, the 70th anniversary edition. It looks amazing on Blu-ray. Another ultimate favorite animated Disney film of mine is Bambi. Love the story, love the animation style. I just loved the Disney artists from, the 40s and the 50s, They did great art all the way up into the 90s until they switched over to doing like, computer type art that they do now in movies. I miss the old animation styles. This was released much later in the 2000s, I think, and I picked it up because I loved the first film, so Bambi 2. It went straight to DVD. Great film, though. Did very good. They did a good job making it. I enjoyed it. Next, the underrated Disney classic, Fantasia. This is the special 60th anniversary edition. And it says that this is the Walt Disney's original uncut version. I love this. I just watched so many Disney films growing up as a kid, so, everything that I have in my collection is something that, I truly love. So this one I watched so much as a child. Dumbo, and this one is the Big Top edition, and now they're getting ready to release a live action movie of Dumbo, and also another Disney film, which I'll discuss when I get to it. I've already seen Beauty and the Beast live action, and I liked it. I think they did good with it. Beautiful style and colors. So yes, great film, love it. Next is the Platinum Edition of Cinderella. This one I didn't watch as a child, so I didn't see it until like my teen years, but I did also act in a play in Cinderella where I played the cat Lucifer. And that was a lot of fun to do that in school. I was like in 5th grade, I think. No, 4th grade, elementary school. So another Disney classic. Then this was released later in the early 2000s. I had to pick it up. It's Cinderella 3. I don't have Cinderella 2, so this is A Twist in Time. What if the slipper didn't fit? This was good. I liked it. That's why I have these in my collection. I wouldn't have bought these if I didn't love these movies, so I'll just point out my really, like my favorites. Here is the Platinum Edition of Peter Pan, 2-disc Platinum Edition. Another iconic Disney film. Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, Captain Hook there, and the 3 kids. Sleeping Beauty. This is another film that I didn't see until my teenage years. And I enjoy this film just as much as Cinderella and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So this is the special edition. Again, I just The next DVD in my collection is the 101 Dalmatians film. I like this film. It was good. A lot of people love it. It's not one of my personal favorites, but it is a decent animated Disney film. Now this is one of my ultimate favorite, Lady and the Tramp. This is the 50th anniversary edition. I still cry at the sad points in this film. I love the artistic style, as I've said, from this era of Disney animated films. They did awesome all the way up into the 90s until they switched over to like computer graphics and 3D art style on computers and stuff. So, but this is gorgeous film. Love it. Love the story between the tramp and Lady. This was my husband's favorite film growing up, The Jungle Book. Robin Hood is another one of his favorites. I watched this a few times myself as a kid. They did a pretty decent job with it, but it wasn't like a big classic. I absolutely love The Little Mermaid. When this came out, I watched it to death on VHS tape. Sang every song, loved every song. Same with like Lady and the Tramp and Bambi and Dumbo. Those are like, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Those are my favorite ones so far, along with The Little Mermaid. I absolutely love this film. Love the songs. I have the soundtrack somewhere in my house. I have to locate that. Love Ariel, Sebastian. There's Ursula, and then King Triton. Just an amazing film. I love it. Another ultimate favorite Disney film of mine, The Beauty and the Beast. And I do have the live action version of this film. And I think they did well with it. But this is a classic, iconic Disney film. And I cry when Angela Lansbury sings Beauty and the Beast while Belle and the Beast dance together in his mansion. A spectacular film, really touches my heart. And I love the songs throughout this film. I have this on soundtrack somewhere. Amazing film. Must be in any Disney animated fans collection. Like these. You need Dumbo, you need Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you need Bambi, and you need these in your collection. Another ultimate favorite Disney film of mine is Aladdin, with the great Robin Williams playing the genie. He was a great comedic genius. I loved, and I still love, Robin Williams and his films. I have him in so many films, like from Patch Adams to Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, he was in so many movies. Even Popeye. I grew up watching him in Popeye with Shelley Duvall. But anyways, this is an amazing film. I love Aladdin, Jasmine, and they had the genie and the bad Jafar and his bird, which was Gilbert Godfrey. And there's Abu, yeah, he's in there too. So great film. Love the music. Love the art style. I think this opens up as well. Yeah, there we go. Another classic. And I absolutely love The Lion King. I loved all these later editions that came out in my late teens and 20s. So I took my little niece to see this back when it was released in the theaters. And I think she loved it. I did. And I went out and I bought the soundtrack like I did with all the previous Disney films. So I absolutely love this film. Love the story and the characters. We got baby Simba there, and there he is grown up. And Zazu. So yeah, great film. Next, I also love Pocahontas, but not as much as the previous films. They did a good job on this, though. I still like the film. Did a great job. Love the story of Pocahontas and her falling in love with John Smith. Another personal favorite film, Tarzan. This had Rosie O'Donnell. She played one of the apes in here. The story is amazing. I cried like I do in most Disney films, whether they're animated or not. But I do a lot of crying in all of them. They all bring me to tears. Very emotional and heart-touching films, as they all should be. And this is a great film. I love Phil Collins' songs that he sang in the film. They had Elton John for The Lion King, and he did an amazing job on the songs in that film. So I have this soundtrack somewhere as well. So maybe sometime if I can find my Disney soundtracks, I'll share those in another video. Moving on, another great film, Mulan, the special edition. I really enjoyed this film. I love it. Loved watching it. I got the second film, Mulan 2. If you haven't seen these films, you should check them out. They're very good, both of them. Now, as you can see in front of you, is The Incredibles. Now, the new Incredibles just came out this year. I didn't watch the new Incredibles, but I loved this film when it came out. And as you can see, they did the computer art, kind of like what they did. It started with Toy Story. So this is kind of, as I said, it's out of order because Toy Story came out before The Incredibles. But I saw this in the theater, I think, and I really enjoyed the first film. Okay, this is the first start of this kind of computer art style, and it worked well for Toy Story, and I love both actors in this film. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan, and Tim Allen did a great job as Buzz Lightyear, so we got Woody and Buzz. Iconic film. This is the 10th anniversary edition of Toy Story, and I absolutely love Toy Story. It was my nephew's favorite film growing up. I think him and his sister both loved Toy Story as kids. So, of course, I have the sequels because I love Toy Story. So here's Toy Story 2. Pixar Animations was the people behind the Toy Story movies. They started that Pixar kind of art in the 2000s. This is part 3. They did an amazing job with part 3. I absolutely love it. It's a great film. This is the 2-disc Blu-ray with digital copy. So it says #1 animated film of the year. Okay, next I have Monsters, Inc. And this one had Billy Crystal right here and John Goodman. I love the Cars films. So this one has Owen Wilson playing McQueen, Lightning McQueen, I forget his name, I haven't seen it in a while. And there's Mater, the truck down there. But this was such a cute story, and I really loved that. Also made by Pixar. I haven't seen the other Cars movie, I just seen this one here. I may have seen the other ones, I just can't remember, I don't own them. Now, I know there's a new Nemo movie, too. It's Finding Dory or something like that. Or Dory, I can't remember. I need to watch it. So this has Ellen DeGeneres in it as Dory. And she portrays that little silly fish really, really well. So this is a great film, Finding Nemo. I love the seagulls in the film where they're going, mine, 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 mine. Great film. This is another cute Disney film. I really loved WALL-E, the little robot. It was so cute. Cute story. I enjoyed this film. If you haven't checked out WALL-E, do so. You do yourself a favor. You're missing out. Here is Frozen. Another cute kind of Pixar animated type film. But it also makes me think of the old art style of Disney, but you know, just done with computer art and graphics instead of the old traditional animation style. I do have one last animated Disney film, or computer animated one, and I absolutely love this film. Just recently came out. Saw it in the theater. It's called Coco. And if you haven't seen this, this is very, very, very touching film. And it's beautiful. So check this out. Now I have a couple of other Disney films that include animation in it, but they're live action. And I grew up watching this film, Mary Poppins, with Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. Julie Andrews will always be Mary Poppins, because I know they're already making a new Mary Poppins film. So I don't know if it's like a sequel or a prequel. I'm not quite sure, but Julie Andrews will always be Mary Poppins. I love all the songs in this film. I grew up watching it over and over and over again. Absolutely love this film. This film I watched a lot as a kid. Pete's Dragon. Another Disney film. Now this wasn't like a great big blockbuster for Disney, but this is the high flying edition, and this is what I watched religiously as a child in Disney films. So that's all for my Disney collection. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, and in the next video I'll share some other animated films that aren't Disney but that are in my collection that I love. Thanks for tuning in and checking this video out. Please give it a like and click on my bell for notifications so you can check out when I post again, and leave comments down below. See you next time. Silly me, I almost forgot to share one more Disney animated film, and that's Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm going to be watching this because this is, after all, October, and it's very close to Halloween. So probably after I do this video, I'm going to be watching this. This is the collector's edition. And I really love Jack Skellington. The whole songs in this film, you know, they got the list right here, the bonus features. I love Tim Burton movies. He did well with Batman. And I loved Edward Scissorhands. So anyways, this is the last of my Disney animated films. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.